Today we're going to read a story called Nancy and Sluggo Love Tennessee by Guy Gilchrist. Nancy lives in Tennessee, the most beautiful state in the land of the free. One night she had the craziest dream about talking animals and a flying machine, and Martians and trash cans and recycling bins. And in her garage is where the dream all begins. From Nancy's garage came some strange funny sounds, like pop and bang and zap and zounds, and tap, 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 and boom and blare. What could they possibly be doing in there? Sluggo and Nancy and friend Homer, too, were building a contraption, a thingamaboo. It was built out of boxes and jars and cans, and plastic and metal and pedals and fans. Powered by old computers and video games. The Traveling T was this thingamaboo's name. All of this stuff was just junk. Just old trash to some, but to them it was a dreammobile, second to none. Earlier in the day, Nancy was sorting paper and plastic when she got an idea that was weird and fantastic. She called her best buddy Sluggo and genius friend Homer, and she drew up some plans to show them when they came over. She said, "There's nowhere as pretty as Tennessee. It's the place I love, the place to be, but it's so big. All the hills and dales and rivers and lakes and the towns and the trails. Cities were so pretty with buildings so tall. If only we had a way we could visit it all." So they built this contraption to fly them around, but they weren't even sure if it'd get off the ground. It was pretty funky, so they streamlined the T, buffed it all out till it was smooth as it could be. That pile of trash was now a sweet silver flash, and it could run 1,000,000 miles on one drop of gas. With Homer at the control board and Nancy at the wheel, it sputtered and puttered and shuddered and squealed. Then, with one Sluggo push, it just started to fly, and Sluggo jumped in as they took to the sky. From the sky, Tennessee's such a beautiful state. Wherever you live, it is always so great. Anywhere that you are, from Memphis to Mountain City, and everywhere in between. It's all awesome pretty. "Look," Nancy said, "we can see everywhere, all 95 counties. They're all right down there. From Nashville to the Smokies to Knoxville they flew, to Chattanooga to Jackson, and in between, too." The Traveling T was an amazing machine. It could fly, it could race, it could float down a stream. The big river near you was the first place they touched down. Landed right in the water, not onto the ground. And the funny thing was, as they started to fish, the fish started talking, and it went just like this. "Kids, we need help," the channel catfish said. The box turtle said, "I got bonked in the head. Look around us, at the trash in the mud. Our stream should be clean, not littered with crud." Then Sluggo saw him, a very sad duck who was terribly stuck. Stuck was the word, his bill was a mess. From plastic rings someone just left there, I guess. But Sluggo was a hero, out there in the muck. With luckiness and kindness he unstuck the duck. Then from the back of the T came a mechanical arm that helped in the cleanup and undid so much harm. The junk was tossed into the trash cans and bins. They cleaned up the river that was now nice again. So the catfish, the duck, and the box turtle, too, had a party on the shore with our Nancy and crew. The bass played his bass, and the crickets played a tune, and they all rocked out by the light of the moon. The next day came with the gold of the dawn. They said their goodbyes, and then they flew along. Next stop for our friends was a stadium. They all went to the game and had oh so much fun. The game was awesome. Our team won the game, but some fans trashed the place. What a terrible shame. Garbage was everywhere. Nancy said, "Look at this junk. Why do litter bugs leave so much gunk?" So the kids got some bags and they started to clean. It was a very big job, if you know what I mean. But Nancy and Sluggo and Homer all knew that you always just try. It's the right thing to do. And wouldn't you know it, some fans came on back. And so did the coach and the star quarterback. And soon everyone, by working together, made the field and the parking lot look so much better. Litter is everywhere. We all know that it's wrong. Thrown on the ground is never where trash belongs." "Now, I'm not the cleanest kid," said Nancy. "My room is a mess. But even I know that I'm only a guest to the hills and the hollers and the lakes and the trees and the mountains that are older, much older than these." Sluggo said they come to hunt or hike or fish, but soon there might be no more of this. They looked down from their perch up in the skyway and saw a littered campground and trash on the highway. So they landed in the state park right beneath the trees and cleaned round the deer and the birds and the bees. A mockingbird sang her sweetest song as the kids' invention kept chugging along. They picked up their paper, plastic, and cups until their bins were all filled up. Then our friends took time to play with Bobtail the quail, who lived down that way, and Donna the deer, and Myrtle the squirrel, and a possum named George, and owl named Myrtle. "We make a lot of friends when we dare to do good," said Nancy to her friends out there in the wood. "If there was no more litter, how cool would that be? A brighter, more beautiful Tennessee." Some folks think that there's too much pollution and so much wrong there can be no solution. But we know better. We know that we, 1 by 1 and 3 by 3, can change the world by just doing rightly. We can show others how. We can shine oh so brightly, as bright as the country stars, handsome and pretty, as bold as the buildings in dear Music City. Out in the park they were planting some trees. All of our cities could use more of these. Greenways and cleanways and more pretty places. Light up some smiles on big city faces. From the city to the country they flew once again to visit a raccoon who was a very cool friend. "Our friend the raccoon is a very wise creature," said Nancy. "He's quite an incredible teacher. I've lived here," said the raccoon, "with my child and my wife, here in these woods for all of my life. Oh, the beauty of Tennessee! Trash takes away from the beauty you see, the beauty of the rivers, the forests, the hills. Not only that, but it makes us all ill." Landfills that smell and pollute and destroy is not what we want for our girls and our boys. We want a cleaner, prettier place to live. A future! What a gift we can give. The raccoon, whose name was Mr. Mask, said to the kids, "We each have a task, because if we fail to recycle, reuse, and renew, there will be mountains of trash. Then what will we do? Let it keep piling up straight to the moon or to Mars so the Martians are smelling it soon? Instead of more landfills, we can plant some more flowers and trees and bushes in this great state of ours." "I know we can do it," said Nancy, standing there, "because me and my friends, we all really care. We can make a cleaner, more beautiful Tennessee, and it all starts with you and me." Then they all jumped into the tea, and away they all flew, once more in those Tennessee skies of blue. They passed 3 stars in the skies, and 3 times round the moon, till each was back in their own bed pretty soon. Homer, good night. Sluggo, good night. Nancy, we hope that you're sleeping tight, each of you dreaming your own special dream of a recycled flying and floating machine, and talking raccoons and dancing fishes, and the best of all Tennessee wishes.